Morning world, welcome to Wednesday, 24th of June, and it's 31 degrees. I don't like it. We are 5 minutes away from midday, and so far today I've achieved very little. We've had the BT engineer out again today to look at all the outside stuff, and we've basically come to the conclusion that because our box that our fibre comes to is almost exactly a mile away from home, and that mile between the box and our house is probably 50 or 60 year old copper cable. It's that's where the culprit is, and that's what's happening. So the new BT Halo system is still kind of under review. The only thing is they do with that system, you can get a 4G dongle that goes with it, so if your signal drops out, you can make a phone call to BT and they'll connect you via 4G. Not brilliant, but you know what, I know some of you have said, oh, go with PlusNet or go with Sky or go wherever it is, but you know what, it seems to be whatever provider you're with, I haven't heard of anybody who's actually really happy with their provider, and anything that comes down our landline, whoever it is, if BT can't get more than 16 or 18 megabits per second down my cable, I'm not sure how anybody else can. I mean, and be reliable. I mean, you can put more speed down there, but the faster you go, the less reliability. So we need reliability. Right then, so I've just been out and looked at the hay. That's drying nicely. We had a reasonable dew this morning. That's pretty much burnt off now. I don't think we're going to turn much of it today, apart from the one small piece which was really thick. We might just turn that. Bale it tomorrow. We did think about putting that back a day because things haven't all quite worked out, but there's a threat of rain on Friday, so do you know what, we'll bale it tomorrow, and we can always leave it out in the field for a week, 10 days. I can put my steel rods in the bales in the field. If they're cool, I'll bring them in. If they're not, they might just have to stay out for a week. Another thing we did this morning, so because we moved the cattle away from the sheep in a completely different pasture yesterday, they now have their mineral blocks back. Now our cattle usually have ad-lib mineral blocks, but when they were sharing ground with our sheep, we can't do that because some of the minerals that are put in the cattle salt licks and that, not good for sheep. And apparently I've learnt recently, particularly Texels. So sheep don't really need extra copper in anything. They need a bit, but they don't need extra. But I have been told by a reasonably reliable source that Texels, and other breeds may be the same, really don't want extra copper because it can be bad for them. So if that's wrong, by all means correct me, but the source I was given was a good one. Just distracted a second. It was only for a second, right? Okay, so I've got a load of tree work to look at. The phone's gone mad, but not all of it I can do straight away, and some of it I'm going to need a bit of help with. So this afternoon I'm hopefully going to get Mikey to come and give me a hand to find some of the trees that I couldn't find yesterday. And basically what I'll do is I'll take advantage of a younger, fitter bloke climbing over walls and trees and avoiding brambles and stuff, and I'll stay out the way. So we just got to find them. In the meantime, I am heading to the other farm because I've not been over there for 2 days, and the electricians are in apparently sorting out all the power and the security, because as I understand it, there's going to be some fan-dabby-dozy security system going in the barn. Not quite sure what it is, but as I understand it, we have to pay an annual fee of £60 or something, but it's actually monitored by the police. I think possibly £60 a year to have the police actually look after your property. It's not that bad, to be honest. So anyway, I don't know who the electrician is. I haven't met him yet. I'll have a chat with him if he's there, and if he's happy to go on camera, he can tell me a bit about it, and if he's not, I'll try and tell you what I learned from him. Right, not an awful lot to show you in there because it's just cabling for a minute, but I've seen the plans of what they're putting up. I reckon that'll be fairly secure in there, so. Right then, it is 12:30. Back home again. So, I probably won't do much about showing you the inside of the barn, and I probably won't go through what we've done on the security side, because in some ways that would be pretty stupid. 99.9% of you would just be interested. It's that 0.1% that go, ah, that's how you get past it. So you'll excuse me if I don't go into the ins and outs of the security on that place, but suffice it to say, short of putting a Rottweiler in there, it'll do the job. It's hot. 31 degrees still this afternoon. I think they reckon I might even pop 32, which has given me a bit of a problem. We put our cattle in the bottom right hand field, and for some reason there is a piece of shelter down there they can get to, but they would just rather hang around the water tank looking miserable. Now whether they don't like the corner where they've got the shade, I don't know. So I've taken all the electric fence down for the left hand field. I didn't take you with me because it's just too hot. Took all the electric fence down for the left hand field so the sheep have got all of that unobstructed, and I've put that fence up at the very bottom end of the golf course so that I can fence off a piece of shade that I know they like. So I wondered now about the best way of filming it, and the easiest way is just to stick you on my head. So hats off, camera on. It might be a bit sweaty up there, that's all. Right, so this is the piece of fence I've already put up. I've used the rope again simply because they know it. They know it bites, and they've learnt not to go near it. Later on, we will use just wire because it's so much easier to put up and take down. But for the sake of peace of mind, we're using the rope. So I've got, luckily I had a piece of wire that was almost exactly the right length. So what I've done is I've just put it in the ditch down here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put the energizer in the ditch, mainly because for the energizer to work well, it needs a good earth, and because it's earthing off its own foot, best place to find an earth anywhere around here is going to be where it's damp, and the dampest place nowhere near the footpath is in the ditch. So I'm not going to put it right in the ditch, but you know, on the edge of the ditch. Put a bit of string on there just to make sure that doesn't move. So as you can see, nice and damp down here, so positively good earth, which is that fella there. I think I need, actually looking at that, I think I need to come down a bit on there to maybe that one there, or do I need to come down lower there? I did have a spare stake, so I might actually alter this about a bit and put you down there. Now is that going to pick that one up? It might. Alright, so I'm going to have to put another stake up there and away from that tree, but that's no big deal. I can go on there. I can come this side because the cattle are going that side. Okay, that's that. I'll do it. I'll wrap you around there twice. Right. All in there is a battery and another stake. Right, the big battery I've been using, although he still had, still had some juice in him, I knew he was getting low, so I've taken the old battery off the stump grinder, which hasn't really got enough amps left in it to turn a stump grinder over, but it's got enough to run the electric fencer for a day or maybe even two, while the other battery is on trickle charge. So you can go back on there, negative, positive. Right, the battery really needs to be a bit more level than that. That one goes on there, and that one goes on there. Right, I'll just have a little test. Yeah, that's fine. That's working okay. Right, actually thinking about it, I have actually got a spare fencing eye I could put on there, which would be more secure than the fence stake. I know it's in here because I put it in there just in case. Yep, it's hard. won't do any harm screwing this chap right in, because the tree's dead, not going to grow anymore, and it's harder for them to knock it off if it's screwed right in. Okay, that should be it. Right, all good. That's on. We can let them in. See, I thought that might happen. It's probably stake at the ground. Okay, plan B. Ow. Okay, so that still didn't work. I know I turned it off. I know it's turned off, but it's just a bit of insurance. I'm not a big fan of electric fences. Well, not being on the receiving side anyway. I've never been very fond of getting a poke. Yeah, that ain't gonna work either. Thing is, I can't let too much tension off the fence. That would be bad. So I kind of need to weigh this fella down with something. I just got to decide what. I wonder if I could put the battery on it. What do you reckon? It's heavy. It's got to be there anyway. I don't think the cattle will get in there and knock the terminals off. No, I'm not going to lick it. Okay. Now I'll let them through. Oh, just check it first, then we'll let them through. So it's set about a metre back from the footpath. It's only there because there happened to be some eyes on the fence where I could connect it up to. It was just a convenience thing, which is anything else. But that, I'm hoping, will keep them on that side of the fence and well away from any walkers. Right. So if they want to come and play. Yeah, I took a brave pill this morning. Come on up! Come up! Come on up! Come up! It's got to be sort of a combined effort. Are we going? Shall we go in? Are you going? I don't know, are you going? I might be going. Well, if you might be going, I might be going. Okay, I'll go. Oh, if you're going, I'll come. All right. Oh, don't wait for me. I'm coming too. Come on up. I'm not sure if the cattle have ever been through this gate, but they will at least now have opportunity to get shade at any time of the day, because over in there, if you go back to my original videos when I first bought the golf course, we basically got inside there, took all the bottom branches off and turned it into a summer cattle shed where cattle can go and get some shade. So, because let's face it, they're black, it's 30 odd degrees C. Would you want to be out in the sun all day in a black coat? No, nor me. Come on up. Look at this. It's exciting. Oh yes. Oh, we didn't get to go out here last year. Look. Happy days. Hello, Skippy. Right. Look at that, the rotten swine's put electric fence out here. That means we can't go over there. Tough. Happy now, are we? Right, so what I might do actually, because I got 2 salt blocks out there, I might actually bring one of them back into here. Oh, look at that, delicious. Right. Okay. That's it. I just don't feel so guilty now, because leaving them out in a hot field, it was alright when it was in the mid-20s. Once it gets to 30s, that's not fair. They got the best of all worlds now. Shade, water, plenty of grub, and something new to investigate. Ooh, trees! Cattle do like to browse trees. They are browsers as much as grazers, to be honest, so come on, get off there. Thank you. Right, well, this thing's almost out of battery, so I think I'll leave them to it, calm down. Well, I'm not skipping about that much now, but they're happy. They're happy, I'm happy. Just sit and watch them for 10 minutes. I don't think there's going to be much left of that hedge. Oh well. I'll just show you, for those of you who don't know, my summer barn, the summer shelter. See, when we bought this place, all these trees were right to the ground in here, but now it's probably easily 7-8 degrees cooler in here than it is out there, easily. They're just testing the boundaries. There's vitamins and minerals in tree leaves that you just don't get in grass. Nothing wrong with a bit of exuberance. Oh, I just found a head scratcher. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's delicious. Yes. Right, let's leave them to it. Oh, there's a quad bike. Sometimes where there's a quad bike, there's bread. Right, I'll go and fetch a mineral lick and it can come out here. Okay, this little ash tree is not very valuable, so if they bust it, it will not be the end of the world. So I think what we'll do, if I can get it undone, I'll do that one then. I don't want to hang it too low because I don't want to feed Mr. Badger, because Mr. Badger would probably like a bit of this as well. So if he wants it, he's going to have to reach for it. Right now, I think they're more interested in eating my treats, and that's fine. Okay, right. That's it, I'm hot. Cold drink followed by hot cup of tea. Or vice versa.